Hi everyone, my name is Mary Ogos Etim, and this is my mastery project video on my as an aspiring virtual assistant. Who is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is someone who is a professional who partners with businesses, companies, organizations, teams, entrepreneurs in ensuring that services, in fact, they render certain services to those companies. And what are these services? What do they use? They use digital tools and in fact, digital tools and internet. Now, over what I've come to understand is a virtual assistant is proficient, a virtual assistant is productive, a virtual assistant ensures that the clients they are working with or the companies they are working with do not stress so much because the virtual assistants have to ensure that things are done. I see them as someone who are literally behind the scene. That's their job. They are literally behind the scene to ensure that operations are carried out successfully. What makes a strong virtual assistant? I've come to understand that there are certain skills that a virtual assistant needs to have. And what are these skills? We have soft skill, we have technical skills, and then we have tool competency. Soft skills simply means how reliable are you reliable? Do you adapt to your new environment? How well do you communicate? How well is your organizational skills? Do you pay attention to details? Are you proactive? Are you resourceful? Are you patient? These are skills that you need to have because you don't know who you're going to be working with. So as a virtual assistant, you need to have these skills. Now, when we're talking about technical skills as well, we're talking about, can you manage emails? Can you reply messages? Can you reply inboxes? Can you organize emails? Can you work on calendar organizations? Can you type when you're asked to type documents? You probably transcribe when you're asked to write reports or set up agendas or set up meetings. These are technical skills you're supposed to have as a virtual assistant. And then we move over to the tools competency. How competent are you in using those tools that will aid these jobs? Tools that varies from Microsoft Word, Google Documents, Google Sheets, Google Drive, Dropbox, that waves from Trello, Asana. These are things, the tools that you are expected to know how to use as a virtual assistant. Now, also, personally, there are some personal strengths I've come to discover, and these personal strengths mapped out over the years as a teacher. I'm transitioning from being a teacher to being a virtual assistant. Now, I've discovered that I'm patient, I'm observant. And my at least my communication skill is quite admirable. I'm fluent as well, and I've also discovered that I'm proactive. So these are skills that I feel are my strengths that would really help me thrive as a virtual assistant. I'm still looking forward to developing or discovering a lot more. And these are areas that I would love to grow. Even certain tools that I do not know how to use, I'm looking forward to learning to grow in those areas. Now, which means that I need to be intentional about practicing. I need to be intentional about being open-minded to learning to use those tools and know how to use them. I need to be open-minded to know how do I meet my clients and how do I sell myself or what I can do or sell my value to my client. These are areas I would love to grow or be better in. Now, in the course of the study, I discovered that as a virtual assistant, I need to have certain type of mindset. And what mindset are we talking about here? I'm talking about being open-minded. Having open-minded is or being an open-minded person is one of the things that would help you thrive as a virtual assistant because you don't know the kind of client you're going to meet or you're going to see or be with. There are some certain clients that they are flexible while some are structured. How well do you do with this professionally? When you meet this kind of people, do you feel discouraged because you want a flexible client, or do you feel discouraged because you want a structured client? You need to be open-minded, Even when your client do not have certain soft skills you expect them to have, you on your own need to know how to handle them, because you have the value that you have to sell to them. Now, also, there are certain mindsets you need to have, which is a growth mindset. In fact, you get to be in a place where you're introduced into new applications or new software. Do you drop them and just tell them you don't know how to do it and you leave it? Or when you're being corrected, you didn't get this right, how do you react? This is where your growth mindset comes to play, not have a fixed mindset. Now, let me explain the two. A fixed mindset is someone who you find you're being called out, or maybe you made a mistake, you are asked, or you receive an email asking to look into it, and you feel, no, I don't know how to do it. Find somebody else. But a growth mindset will take the correction. Okay, okay, let me see what I can do. Go back, find peers amongst themselves and collaborate, ask questions. If it means you working extra hours to study and find a solution to how to get it done. A growth mindset will do that. Rather than give up, a growth mindset will rise, practice, improve to get it better and be better. This is a certain mindset that you're supposed to have as a virtual assistant. Also, I believe professionally there are areas I see that even me myself I might not have, or I myself rather might not have, but I'm looking forward to having them. There are a lot of areas that I've come to or study in this course, and I discovered that I still have a lot I'm looking forward to learning. And these areas vary from how my professional charisma, how do I sell myself to the right client and the right client to have me? How do I ensure that what I'm bringing to the table is exactly what the client wants? How do I present these skills that I think I have, or these skills that I'm going to have, to the client, and the client to see it as, oh, that's an opportunity for the person to see. So me on my very end, I'm so enthusiastic about this course, and I believe that I'm going to improve on my professionalism, on my collaborative skills. I'm going to improve on my best way of communication, how best to organize, and even how to use these tools to help satisfy clients. One of the things that have helped me, or that really look forward to in this course, is how well I am going to, cooperate or work with clients and have clients give positive feedback and be proactive, being available, be adaptive to new environments. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So thank you so much. And I hope that I'll be best in my next video.